here in the Mello Center, fresh off Syracuse women's basketball earning the 8th seed in the Greensboro region. The Orange will face off against Nebraska alongside Lauren Walsh. Lauren, you've been covering this team all season long. You know, the Orange started out as high as a 5 seed, slipped to 6, 7, now an 8. Are you surprised with the Orange's seeding tonight?
Honestly, Jay, not very surprised at the fall in seeding. I mean, Syracuse hasn't played for roughly 2 weeks since the ACC tournament and that early loss to Wake Forest. So with Syracuse being a bit stagnant, not having many games to play in recent days, other teams have been playing, moving up, winning their conferences, and bumping Syracuse down a little bit in the seeding. Yeah,
a little bit of a fall for the Cuse, who face now Nebraska from the Big Ten. They're the 9 seed that Syracuse will face. Taking a look at the Orange's form, they won the last 4 games of their regular season, but slipped up, as Lauren alluded to, in the ACC tournament. How do you think the Orange fares against Nebraska in that first round?
Jay, I think that the early loss is, if anything, a motivation booster for Syracuse. They made it very clear they wanted to go far in the ACC tournament, prove themselves. They had a bye in the first week, come into a strong Wake Forest team and a very strong Hamby low in the post, and Syracuse wasn't able to pull out that win. I think going into the tournament, it's going to really be a momentum booster and drive this team to want to move on to that next round.
Well, some history tonight in the Mello Center. This is the 3rd consecutive year that Coach Quinton Hillsman's team has made the NCAA tournament. But Lauren, some more history to be made. Syracuse women's basketball has never made the Sweet 16. A lot of the players and Coach Q hinted that is the motivation to get to the second weekend in Greensboro this year.
And they made it very clear we take it one game at a time. Nebraska comes first. But like you said, Jay, how can you not be thinking about the Sweet 16? And there's going to be a potential rematch with South Carolina. All things considered, they want that Sweet 16 berth. And it's very clear amongst the team, amongst Coach Q, they want it, they're hungry, and moving forward, it's going to be in the back of their heads. Yeah,
Lauren, I want to touch on that 1 seed because this is a South Carolina team. Although they are the 1 seed in Greensboro, that Syracuse was leading against earlier this season, only lost by 4, 67-63. So what a juicy narrative in that second round to face and maybe knock off the number 1 seed and earn some revenge against a team that Syracuse went punch for punch with earlier in the season.
And you look at their second round loss to Kentucky last year by almost the same margin of points, such a close game. Those are the kind of games that Syracuse wants and that are really going to show what this team has in them to go forward and possibly make the Sweet 16. And with Coach Q and a couple more experienced players versus last year, we have Brianna Butler. She's been on the team now for all these 3 historic years. So these players are ready to make that jump and beat these teams when it gets down to the wire.
Well, we'll see if Syracuse women's basketball can make that jump. It all starts Friday night in Columbia, South Carolina. And of course, you can follow for live updates on our Twitter account at CitrusTV Sports.